My name is Diane Arp, and I'm the Chicago Outreach Coordinator for the Companion Animal Protection Society, or CAPS for short. We're a nationwide organization that fights puppy mills and investigates pet stores. Puppy mills are factory farming for dogs. The parents of the dogs and puppies sold in pet stores spend their entire lives in cages. Some of them are actually in cages kept outside with no shelter from the cold, the heat, the rain, the snow, or the wind. Breeding dogs in these puppy mills produce litter after litter in these conditions until they die or are sold at auction. Pet stores support animal abuse and animal cruelty by using puppy mills to obtain their product. In October of 2012, we reached out to you, Mr. Mayor, and your trustees regarding an ordinance to prevent pet stores who sell dogs and cats from opening in Lisle. At that time, we supplied each of you with information about the ordinance. CAPS has worked with the Village of Villa Park on this exact ordinance, which they adopted last year, a copy of which you were all also supplied with. Like Lisle, Villa Park is a non-home rule town, so they were unable to implement a ban on the sale. But they worked around the issue and legally passed an ordinance preventing any pet stores from opening in their town if they do not own or lease the building for at least 1 year. Since that time, I was in regular communication with you, Mr. Mayor, on the status of this ordinance. The last time we talked, you stated that your attorney was looking into the legalities of adopting the ordinance. Subsequently, there was some communication from your village manager that led us to believe there was some confusion as to what we're asking. To be clear, we are asking the Village of Lisle adopt an ordinance preventing any future pet stores from opening in your town unless they have owned or leased for at least 1 year. The 1-year owner or lease restriction essentially accomplishes a ban while staying within non-home rule constraints. Who's going to run a toy store, for example, for 11 months and 30 days and switch over to selling dogs and cats? And we're asking you to do this legally. We are painfully aware that adopting this ordinance will do nothing about the pet store which currently exists in Lisle. Over 4 million companion animals were euthanized last year in the United States. Currently, there are 170,000 dogs and 130,000 cats for adoption on PetFinder.com. There is no reason to contribute to these numbers by allowing pet stores to sell dogs and cats in your town. More than 30 cities across the U.S. have banned the sale of dogs and cats in pet stores. Los Angeles is the latest and largest city banning the sale of dogs and cats in pet stores. This law was passed in November 2012. Many organizations, including CAPS, made that happen. Supporting animal abuse and animal cruelty isn't the town I know. I grew up in Lisle. I went to St. Joan of Arc School, Lisle High School as well. I'm disappointed that the City Council has done nothing to advance this issue over the past 5 months. You can pass this ordinance, just like Villa Park did, if you so choose. Cindy Safransky completed a pet purchase complaint form on the Companion Animal Protection website. Cindy could not be here tonight because she recently had foot surgery, but she asked that I tell her story. Cindy bought a dog, a dachshund, from Puppy Parlor in Lisle on February 9th of 2013. Tammy Coglianese, owner of Puppy Parlor, told Cindy the dog was 4 years old, came from an elderly lady, and his name is Oscar. Cindy's elderly dachshund, ironically also named Oscar, recently died. As a result, Cindy felt drawn to this dog because of his name and his breed. Cindy was given no information on the previous owner when she picked up the dog. The one document listed a birth date of 8/4/08. Cindy took the dog in her arms and fell in love, so the lack of information didn't matter at the time. When they got home, Oscar started spinning in circles and would not stop. He did not know what to do, how to react, and he shook like a leaf. This behavior continues to this day. Cindy and her family thought it was a dog trying to get settled to his new surroundings. Oscar acts as though he's never seen snow, grass, stairs, furniture, and the like, things normal dogs encounter each day. Cindy also reported Oscar is terrified of her husband. According to Cindy's veterinarian, Oscar is approximately 10 years old, has calluses on his belly from sitting in a cage, and a tumor on his right thigh. Severe tartar buildup on his teeth has resulted in many loose teeth, causing Oscar great pain. The infected teeth must be removed. Cindy recalled on their ride home from puppy parlor that Oscar had a horrible odor, even though Tammy Cogliani said she gave him a bath. Now Cindy knows the source of that horrible odor. It's Oscar's rotting teeth. Her vet said, and I quote, "This dog was never able to be a dog." Oscar's veterinary bills will cause an extreme financial hardship for Cindy, as her husband recently lost his job. Cindy has repeatedly asked Tammy Coglianis for Oscar's previous vet records, including vaccinations received, dates he received them, and previous medical conditions, and also for Oscar's previous information on his previous owner. Tammy Coglianis would only provide Cindy with two things: a $99 coupon for a tooth extraction from a vet in Joliet, or to return Oscar to puppy parlor. This is representative of thousands of Cynthias out there, which is precisely why we need to prevent future pet stores from opening in Lisle. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. You want to call the next person?
Lori Blassing, if you'd please approach the dais.
Hi, my name's Lori Blazing. I live at 4735 Yackley. I'm a fourth-generation Lisle resident, and I feel it's my duty to come and show my support for CAPS and the ordinance that they're encouraging you to pass here. I was also in communication with the mayor and got some communication back from a Jerry Spreitzer about how to possibly deal with the situation with the building manager. And I don't know how that's going to pan out, but I think the ordinance is a way to go. Like they said, it happened in Villa Park, and I would really like to see it happen for our village. Our village is a great place, and I think puppy mill pet stores are just not the way that we need to go here. So thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Sue Andrew. Sue Andrew. Tammy Wells. Mary Ward. Fran Steinberg. Pam Kevel.
Hi, I'm Pam Covell. I live at 4315 Azalea at the Arboretum Villages. I completely support the ordinance that CAPS has brought up to you. It's so disheartening to, I moved here in July and I love the city of Lisle, and to know that that puppy parlor is here with 105 dogs that were recorded in that store alone. 60 adults, 45 puppies in that store alone just a year and a half ago. And there's not enough space at all in the city of Lisle just for 105 dogs. And to know that that was in one store is pretty disheartening. And I would just like to encourage you to not have that happen again. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else in the audience that wishes to speak that did not sign up? Please take the podium, state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Jenna Holikowski, and I live at 18W228 Holly Avenue in Darien, Illinois. In regards to my connection to Lisle, I've had a membership at a pool called the Meadows. I'm sure some of you may be familiar, right off of Route 53. I've guarded here for 3 years out of the 14-year membership that I've held, and I've had many friends and family that live in Lisle, so I do have a connection here, so please take my words with value. As I stand up here today, I represent College of DuPage's Students for Animal Defense, and we are in support of CAPS ordinance today. I have a personal connection to the issue at hand in regards to my dog Harley. He has medical conditions and behavioral issues which can be connected to his puppy mill heritage. In regards to pet shops, I don't think I know a single one that does not sell from puppy mills unless it's coming in from a rescue like PetSmart or Petco. I know that in regards to these stores, they're also committing consumer fraud by blatantly telling individuals that these dogs are coming from responsible breeders and that these dogs in and of themselves are actually from puppy mills. This is information that is not being shared. And I do know, although I'm not supporting breeders, that no responsible breeder would give their dog to a pet shop to be sold like this. Needless to say, I believe that many people who have come up here today represent that puppy mills are not a good thing. Even the United States Humane Society would disagree with that, or agree that they're not a good thing. And I think that after the millions that this country spends on overpopulation issues with domestic animals, it is something that should be addressed. It is an important issue, and I know that we've had success in Villa Park when COD's, Students for Animal Defense, spoke there as well. And we would like to see that you could find it in your heart to understand that these pet shops and this over-domestic population of animals issue is an important issue, and that if you can help us in regards to ending these pet shops that allow puppy mill puppies to be sold, and not in support of these rescues and shelters where dogs have death sentences, and while these pet shop puppies are consistently being sold. And so if you could please open up your hearts to see that, you know, even though we know Puppy Parlor is making its way out of Lisle into Downers Grove, to maybe prevent these things from happening within your own city. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Please come forward.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hans De Bartolo. I live in 20 Dorchester Court, Sugar Grove, Illinois. I just wanted to say that I go to a protest every week at Puppy Parlor, and we have signs that say honk if you're opposed to puppy mills, and pretty much every car that comes by honks. Not every car, but like one out of every 3 cars. And so and the issue of animal rights is like it's because animal rights, the issue is like speciesism. So I mean, right now the animal rights people are kind of like the, you know, Martin Luther King's, because this is the new social justice movement right now, animal rights. And I'm not a great speaker, I'll admit that. I'm just saying that you might want to consider doing this because it's the way things are going right now. And like in 100 years, animal rights is going to be so much better than it is right now. And so I just really hope you can look past the fact that I'm not a great speaker and look at the content, and that you'll make the decision, you know, that you have integrity to make. Thank you.
You made your point, and I understand. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jeff Pereira. I live at 927 Southport here in Lisle. Lived in Lisle for about 14 years. I've been to a number of these meetings, and I recall when they wanted to open up a kind of a dog sitting location in the area around Community Park, there was a big discussion on the facilities and was it adequate for the animals? Where would the animals be taken to do their business and so on? And I find it kind of hard to believe that this pet shop can have 60 breeding animals in a strip mall with no facilities whatsoever for their care. I just can't believe that there's nothing that the village can do to require that they have at least the right facilities for public health, if nothing else. Excuse me. Thank you.
Is there anybody else that, oh, we got one coming down.
Hi, my name is Tammy Wells from Lisle. I live at 534 Gamble. I didn't plan on speaking tonight. I've been in Lisle almost 20 years. Been a volunteer at West Suburban Humane Society for about 15 years. Came with my daughter Natalie, 9, who loves dogs. Her goal is to, dream is to open up an animal shelter and save all the dogs and cats out there. And I actually got the email from West Suburban about the meeting tonight, and when I opened up the picture and saw what the puppy parlor, I mean, I went in there, I think, once for trick-or-treating, but just saw the picture of all the dogs stacked on top. It's just, it's saddening to see what they're doing. And I just hope that we can come together as a community and pass this ordinance for the dogs and cats. I don't know how anybody can treat animals like that. They give you unconditional love, and they're always there. So we can come together and pass that.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to speak?
Hi, my name is Dana Folkerts. I live at 1111 Burlington Avenue in Lisle. I've lived there for about 7 or 8 years. I also am a volunteer at West Suburban Humane Society in Downers Grove, and I have a dog that I rescued, and my husband and I spend a lot of money on him every year, and not afraid to do it, but we will never, ever step foot in puppy parlor, and I think it's just disgusting that it is here, and particularly if they have grooming there. There's Hand and Paw just down the street. There's 2 businesses that are somewhat similar, very close to each other. We take our dog there. We spend a lot of money elsewhere in downtown Lisle, but we're not going to go to puppy parlor, and I hope that you can pass this ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Pat Coker-Cowan. I live at 5261 Larkspur Lane in Lisle. I also volunteer at the West Suburban Humane Society. And I guess I just want to say that I just think it's very sad that people are making a profit off of the suffering of animals. I know that the animals that we get at our shelter, people actually go to other shelters to pick them up before they're euthanized. And if they need surgery, the shelter gets them surgery. If they need medication and whatever they need, people take up collections or, get donations, and they take care of the animals' needs. I mean, any pit bull picked up in Joliet, we'll do our best, send them to training, do whatever. And so that someone would just sell ill animals for profit, it's very sad, and I'm sad that it's happening in our town. So I would hope that people would support this ordinance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, we could do that as well. I'm assuming that everybody in the audience is in favor of the ordinance because the fact that you're here tonight. It's a great show. I mean, that's an assumption that I made, and I don't think I was erroneous with that comment, but because just taking time to get up and speak takes a lot of courage, and I appreciate that, and we appreciate that, because, as someone said earlier, he's not a great speaker. Well, neither am I, and I just do my best every chance I can do it. So with that, we realize everybody's here to support what they're doing, so against what they're doing, so we understand that. With that, I'll turn it over to you.
I'm Sue Bonini. I live at 1018 Southport, and I've lived here 25 years, and I know you love your Charlie.
Yes.
My dog Gracie came from a breeder in St. Charles, but I got her at age 5, and she was the mama dog. My mama dog will never have babies ever again. And when you buy a dog from pet stores, those mama dogs are in cages. Those mama dogs have been put with a male. They have never left the cage. They have been in that cage their whole life. They'll be pregnant for 9 weeks. They will have their babies with them for 9 more weeks, and then those puppies will be sold at pet stores all over the place. Dog Patch in Naperville had puppies for years, sold puppies in that store for 30 years. They finally have said that they will only sell rescue dogs, and a lot of those rescue dog puppies are coming from Kentucky. They're not coming from places in Illinois, they're coming from Kentucky. A woman drives from Kentucky, Tennessee, and drives them there to their pet store in Naperville, Dog Patch. Puppy Parlor in Lisle is only selling puppies from puppy mills. She's not giving you accurate information I wouldn't believe a thing that came on paper from her. I'm sorry. And the sad part of it is, I love Lyle. I can only list so many things, amazing how many things are good about Lyle. I am sad to say that this is happening in our town, that this pet store is less than what Lyle is. Lyle is a fantastic place. And I believe that Puppy Parlor, being on Ogden Avenue, as people drive down Ogden Avenue, see this, go in there, and this is what they think of Lyle, this is just a small little fraction of what Lyle is doing. But we have so many great things in our town. But that's what people see as they drive down Ogden. Thank you.
Thank you. So with that being said, I don't think anybody wants to speak about, we understand why you're all here tonight, for the reason against what's going on over there. And we understand that, we hear the message, and that is something that the trustees will have to consider what we want to do next. So, with all that being said, I want to thank you for your comments and time for coming out tonight. So, with that, thank you. We'll move on our agenda.